It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Brooklyn Cafe studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat at the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, or a movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in free 888-994-4995 right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
And welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe. I am lit up. I just finished watching Mr. Fuego, Di Ortiz. There is something mentally wrong with that guy. I'm going to tell you something.
Well,
he is not only a couple of French fries short of a Happy Meal, but I think he's missed the whole McDonald's to begin with.
it's funny you talk about Happy Meal because our friend Israel next door just offered me McDonald's. He said he'd go get me lunch while I was here working, which was really very, very nice. He says, I've never eaten McDonald's before. He says, but you know what? They've got a nice menu and I can go to the drive-thru for you and bring you lunch. That's funny.
Now, there's a couple of things I want to go over. I know that you got a lineup today, but there's a couple of myths that today I want to do Friday Myth Buster. And I'm going to tell you something. At the end of the first break, you have to close your window shade. Because I'm going to go get my car and I'm going to go get sunglasses because you have such a glare on my eyes right now. And it looks like
I would be your nightmare of a wife.
Nightmare. Not only that, you've changed the angle of the camera. You're about this big, 6 inches. Okay, so you're smaller. Just saying. But anyway, a couple of myth busters. As you know, the country is beginning to open up in areas that there are less cases. Some cases are only 500 for the whole state. And they are going to open up in counties and regions, not open up the state altogether. Let's not get crazy. And one of the rumors that I want to squash is that there is no history of getting virus from the containers on your bags. Now, Publix sent out a public notice. You know those bags that you use that are made of material?
Yes.
They want you to take your groceries out and wash them, if they're washable. And then they want you to take the bag and put it into the washing machine and wash it with soap and water. Now, they are being over careful. Trader Joe's does not want bags at all in the stores. I got that also. But the rumor is it is very unlikely that the transfer will occur where somebody sneezes on a box or something else. I know I heard 4 days and I heard 4 hours and then I heard 4 days. I understand all that. But it's very, very small because when we start getting back our restaurants, bars are going to be in the second phase, but restaurants, they're going to need our support. They're going to need our support to still continue to take out, maybe social distancing and take in. And we are going to start a new normal. We aren't going to go back to the old way of being one on top of the other. They used to be, remember in the day, can you believe this? Can you remember me saying, remember in the day when you used to cut a piece of meat or something and your elbow would hit the guy next door to you? Remember that?
No, that's just called poor manners.
No, it's called overcrowding. All those stores, all those restaurants that have people on the sidewalk because they need to bring in more people. That's what it was about. I used to go on Atlantic Avenue when they had the Food Fest. And they used to close A1A. And there must have been 500 people just in that area alone.
I still tell you, we are Oscar and Felix because your glass half empty is so empty. And I am thinking, you know what? I can't wait to get back out and see people and go out to restaurants and turn on some music and have some fun. Do you know how excited I was today to open up our bay door, to air it out, to have our neighbors come over, social distancing. Nobody came in the studio. They stood outside, and I sat inside. So we were way more than 6 feet apart, and actually have human contact again and realize, you know what, that life does continue. Never, never, ever not being respectful of this virus, or not being respectful and sympathies to all of those people that have lost loved ones, 100%. But to know that if we are safe and we have quarantined and we do not have pre-existing or predisposed to some of these illnesses or respiratory issues, that I can be in our studio and open our door and see our friends. And you know what, Freddie? It shows community because they're watching out for me when you're not here. And that just speaks volumes. They come over and they say, you know what, while you're here and Freddie's not here, if there's anything I can do to help you. You know what that is? That is kindness and friendship and community coming together. And that's what this is about. And I only look forward to the day that we can go back to restaurants. And will we have to social distance? Absolutely we will. But we'll be able to get back to doing things again, 100%. And that is the way things are going to go forward, with a little more compassion and a little more love. And you know what? I saw a woodpecker yesterday. I always think, how much wood can a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? But that's a woodchucker, not a woodpecker. I mean, whoever sees a woodpecker out in nature? I don't live in a forest. I don't live in an area where you see wildlife all over the place. I see birds. But I've never seen a real woodpecker in my neighborhood. I was so excited. I actually posted it to our crew. What an amazing sight. And it didn't fly away. It actually let me go up and take a video to see that nature is healing and coming back. That is a sign from the universe, God, spirit, creation, whatever you want to call it, that there is hope and there is healing. And that is what I look at. I will always think my glass is more than half full. As a matter of fact, I'm just about the rim right here in my coffee mug. But it's really nice to be able to do what we do and spread some hope and spread some light. Our 9 a.m., we had pancakes, pajamas, and boleros. And I have not changed out of my pajamas. I thought, why even bother changing? You know what? Let's have a dress-down kind of casual Friday. The music of Jessie Campo, and Jessie is always incredible. We talked about doing candlelight, virtual music, and dates with Jessie. So we've got a lot to do with her. She's been a longtime friend of our show. And then we had on about helping kids in Puerto Rico and helping kids with technology, for helping our children. You can find them on social media. And the one that we spoke with Robert Vasquez on helping our children. The picture is a flag of Puerto Rico in the background. And so bringing technology and tablets and now school supplies to not only the children of Puerto Rico. This was post-Hurricane Maria and being in conjunction with all of the earthquakes, he said, that are happening daily. But now to our children in the United States that don't have school supplies, you can find them. You can make a donation on Helping Our Children. It's also helpingourchildren.com, and you can get that information. But it's all about helping our youth and going forward. And you know what? Inspiring them to be creative and do what they can do, because a tablet's only as good as if we can get them internet. So there are some free public internet sites and Wi-Fi sites that are opening up from the FCC. So kudos to the FCC for opening that up, because you know what? Our kids need to learn. It is a right of living in our country to educate our children. It is not a privilege. To me, it is a right that our children be educated, and that is something that should not change. That should only get better. And we also have your CBD store joining us today. In just a few moments, we're going to bring them over. And on a 1 o'clock hour, we've got Ann Dector. We changed her day because we always see her on Wednesdays, but in honor of Passover being over on Wednesday, she's going to talk to us today, and also Ken Learman from the Florida Love Show, because as we heard yesterday from Shamama Hunting Owl, who is amazing, that it is all about love, right? Ken had it right. It is all about love and loving our community and reaching out and really just embracing the world with hope and love and truth. And that is my, not soapbox, but our platform of truth and hope that I hope for everyone as we go into this weekend and the days do roll into each other. It's hard to believe we're already in the middle of April. It's hard to believe, Freddie, your birthday was a month ago. I mean, think about that. We've been on lockdown since then. That's just crazy in all aspects of this world. St. Patty's Day was a month ago when all of this stuff started breaking. So we've been in quarantine far more than 2 weeks, contrary to popular belief. But you know what? We have options, and I'm really excited. And one of the reasons, besides I had to come into studio today, one of the main reasons I had to come into studio today was I had to get my samples from last week from your CBD store. And I'm glad they are with us. I think we've got Asa and we've got Maddie with us. And then we're going to have, I believe Jerry's going to join us in a little bit. But I can't wait to talk to them and share with them my experience of these samples. So let's bring them on over. There they are.
Hi.
Hey, kids, how you doing?
It's a family
Good, how are
affair.
you?
What store are you in today?
Boynton.
What a beautiful store. Every week we're in another store. Is this like your flagship store of what they look like? This is beautiful.
No, actually, we are currently making the Singer Island store our flagship store. So, but this was our first baby. This was the very first store that we opened.
It is beautiful. So I have to thank you because I know we did an all call out, I guess it was last week, to do 25 samples to the first 25 people that called. And it was for your skincare, your not cosmetic line, but your self-care line. How about that? And you were right, Maddie, about migraine. So again, all of this stress has racked me with another migraine this week. And it was so bad that the products were here and I was home and I couldn't even get here yesterday. It was so bad. And this morning I said, I have to get there because I have to do what Maddie said. Sure enough, I took the topical, just like you told me. Now here's the funny thing about going on air, right? You said my third eye. Well, clearly I've got makeup on my third eye. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to be a little smart about it. Here's the topical. So I didn't do it here, but I put it on the sides. I thought, all right, no one's going to see that. And the back of my neck. Within 5 minutes, and I kid you not, I didn't even tell Freddie on the 9 o'clock hour because I wanted to share it today. Like 95% relief. From a little dabble do you, totally a little dabble do you. It was amazing. I have been putting out an all call for help this whole week because I couldn't even get out of my house yesterday. The pain was so bad. And here I sit today with my feet up, enjoying the sunshine and not having a migraine. So I can't thank you enough for telling me how this helps migraines. This is like a game changer, you guys. Forget the self-care and all the edibles and all of that for me. You truly have something for everyone because some of the tinctures don't work great for me for other reasons, but the topical does. And Freddie, you put this on your feet. I can put it on my head. I mean, the amazing resources of this. Can you share a little bit about why and how this works? Anyone? Anyone other than me?
Anyone?
How did you
So,
realize, Maddie, this works for you for migraines?
How did you realize?
I've always had migraines, and when we train people, they like give us the information that it helps with headaches, but I never believed it because I've had migraines my entire life. So one day I was like, screw it, let me do it because I've always suffered from them. So I did it, and all of a sudden my headache was gone and like I could actually function. So that's one of the main reasons I like sell the products, because I believe in them so much.
I have to tell, but honestly, within minutes, it was, I think we started the show within 5 minutes. And when you're in, I can use the word pain, as Freddie always does, right? When I'm in pain like I was, to have relief like this, that quickly, it gets you back to life. It's amazing. And this tiny little sample pack, this whole thing, how did the promotion go for you last week? A lot of people calling?
It was great. We had a lot of people that called us, and they were awesome too. You know, they were just very appreciative that we were sending out the samples, and we got to talk to some really cool people. And we did, Jerry and Asa delivered the biggest part. We did have a few that we had to send out in the mail. So we're hoping everybody is enjoying their samples.
This was such an amazing gift, and I get to take my bath bomb home this weekend and actually use that. So something else I'm really excited about. But today we wanted to talk about pets, right?
Yeah, we're going to talk about our edible line. So we're going to talk about treats for us and our four-legged friends.
Freddie, this might be good for Casper.
Yes, it does work for Casper. It does. It calms him down. But I wanted to touch base on the part that you put on your head. You know, it's really strange because when I used it on my feet that day, when you guys brought it in and we did the 10-day challenge, Dawn thought I was kidding. She didn't realize how fast it works.
Yep.
And it worked on my elbow. You know, I cracked that elbow, and I can tell you that if I go a week without using the cream on the elbow, it stiffens up. It does stiffen up, but I use it every morning now religiously. Got to. And as you use it, Dawn, more and more, you're going to see that the intensity of the migraine will begin to flatten, as they say.
Maybe
But it's
my
an
mood-
amazing.
Maybe my mood will flatten also.
No, that ain't gonna. That's not gonna do.
We got something for that
That's
too.
It
That's a
hasn't done
bigger
anything for
pill.
But it was really been amazing. And the reason I even find it more incredible, and we'll talk about the pets and anxiety, is that I always thought of CBD cream would be good for muscle pain. I never realized, because in my mind, migraines are neurological. There is something that's inflamed inside more than the muscle, right? Because the pain is just tremendous. It's neurological, and this helps that. So I think that's even more amazing to me, is that it got deeper than the muscle, it got deeper than the skin, and it released all that pressure when you feel like your head's going to explode. And that's what I find the most intriguing, and that it's not just muscle pain. It's not just aches and, you know, my arm hurts, my back hurts. It went deeper than that.
Yeah, so we actually have receptors on our skin as well as obviously in the cells of our body, which is why it works so well. The topical cream targets those receptors.
Because see, I use it,
You
I
see?
get the tension in my shoulder blades that then turn into a tension headache if I don't attack them immediately.
Oh, I
So
can
when
try
I
it
start
there,
to
too.
feel it, I pull out my topical cream, put it on my
I'm
shoulder
just going to take a
blades.
bath in this, ladies.
Yeah, it's amazing. I say all the time, it's amazing.
You know,
Now,
Freddie,
the
we talked
human-
about doing
the human-
something with Jesse Campo and a virtual romantic party. Imagine having your partner rub this on you during that time. It'd be a whole lot of fun. I know it's a whole nother product for a whole nother segment, but you never know.
Well, you know, the thing that I find amazing is that everybody's electrical system is a little bit different. Women, men, children, animals. I just read that most animals, like my cats, are always rubbing up against me. And I heard from the vet that that's tension. They have insecurity problems. They have tension problems. And I think that there's something in the CBD that we're using that relieves the electrical status of what's going on in the body. I don't think it's the physical part. I don't think my neuropathy is going anywhere and the cells are going to be regenerated. I think it's the electrical impulse that's going on there that you're feeling with your head and everything else. The same thing with cats. Cats are an animal that when they are fearful, like a dog will whimper. A cat will do just the opposite. It starts to run all over the place like it's losing its mind. It runs into walls, and you can tell that something is going on with the cat. And when you give it the CBD, all of a sudden, and I buy very expensive food for Casper. A bag of his stuff is over $60. That's just to feed him, to try to calm him. Not the same thing. This is a small amount of CBD you give a cat, and it sort of soothes them out.
I
What
got
are
to
you
tell you, I've got
doing?
some really great products here. I have so many of your CBD store products right here with me. This is the large lotion that smells so good. I know there's a sample here, and this is the Neuro. Plus, I've got all the topical. I'm kind of enjoying playing with all my toys here, Freddie.
Oh, but when I do it, you laugh at me. When I go in there, I need my squirts back.
Excuse me?
The little squirter.
Oh, I have that too.
Yeah.
That would require you coming back to work, so all I can say.
There
Bribery's
we go.
everything,
Going back
isn't
to
it,
the-
ladies?
Yeah.
So tell us about our pets, because what I'm thinking is once everyone starts going back to work and your pets are home now alone, there's going to be massive anxiety on their part. Because now they're used to their owners being home playing with them and walking them, and now they're back to being alone. What type of supplements and products do you offer?
Okay, so first, our pets actually have endocannabinoid systems like we do, obviously, but theirs is more sensitive. So when their system is out of whack, they show it way more than humans will. So we have treats and tinctures for pets. For like ailments like pain and like muscle issues and stuff like that, we would recommend a tincture. We carry it in bacon, peanut butter, and natural. And for more like separation anxiety, OCD, stuff like that, we would recommend a treat. And we have different treats for different sizes of dogs or some people to their horses.
So there's different products for different anxieties for the pet, just I guess just like there would be for people, right? Is what you're saying. So there's one product for pain, there's one for anxiety. Wow.
Yeah, so the oils we recommend for pain or like if they unfortunately like tear their ACL or something like that or have like tumors, we would definitely recommend the tincture. But for like more personality, like if they obviously have OCD, can't stop licking the walls or can't stop running around, we would recommend the treats.
I have a dog that licked the air.
Yeah.
Very OCD.
I got to tell you, the peanut butter treats sound pretty good to me right now too.
We
I think
actually
you should try it.
that buy the peanut butter tincture and say that it tastes good. So
Well, I was going to ask you, can humans consume the pet tinctures? Is it safe?
yeah, they're actually the same formulation, but for the pets they like strip away all of the things that would be harmful to them. That's not the right word, but they made it more simple because obviously pets can't handle things that humans can.
It's cleaner. And how do you figure
Yeah.
out the dosing for pets? Because people will be able to tell you quite easily, right? I need more, I need less, my stomach hurts, I feel funky, I'm sleepy. How do we figure that out with pets? Do you have set dosing or is it still a sliding scale?
I mean, it's going to be a sliding scale. However, we start out with the weight of the pet. So each one of the products, will tell you, tinctures will tell you how much wrapper to give the pet depending on the weight. And then the treats come in different milligrams. They come in different
Textures.
they come in different textures, different sizes. Like we have the bacon hearts. Here, I'm going to grab them real fast. And the
Bacon
bacon
hearts? That
hearts
sounds nice.
are actually, I don't know if you can see those or not, but they're actually pretty. So these are actually for like bigger animals, bigger dogs, things like that. Like, this is what I would give one of my boxers. And they have the smaller, we have lamb bits that are quite small, for our little lap dogs, or, I'm sure you could give it to a cat too, but we have cat snacks for the cats. So we have six different ones, 6 different treats, and then we have the tinctures in 3 different flavors. And it's basically going to be the same as what we tell people for humans. You give it to them for 3 days, especially, with the oils, it has to build up in their body. Give it to them for 3 days, and if you don't see what it is that you're looking for, then you just increase it. And once again, if you give them too much of it, it's not going to hurt them because they, like us, are just going to burn it off.
Start them slow. I can tell you, my daughter's dog's been living with us, and she cries, she whines all the time. And I know once, I even said to my daughter, I said, once you go back to work, 'cause, she wraps herself in blankets. And to me, if she's wrapping herself in blankets, it's her anxiety. She just needs constant security. And I said, unless she's going to wear a security blanket or a jacket all the time, I think she should try something from your CBD store. And she went, wow. People don't realize the amount of products that are available. And again, let's talk about the quality of products for pets from your CBD store.
And it's the quality of the product is the same, whether it's humans or for our pets. Each one of the products still has a QR code on it. You can scan the QR code and you can look at the lab report, put the lot number in. It'll show you the lab report for the batch that's in this container. So we don't just, the company doesn't just spot check batches. Every batch is tested. So when you put that lot number in, it actually shows you the lab report for the product that's in this container. You know, the CBD stores, they spot check their batches. So if you look at the lab report, whether it's a pet product or a human product, you know, you need to look at the date. Look at the date on the top of it. Is it 3 years old, or is it something that's been tested recently? You know, and the CBD that's in this is the same CBD that we put in the human product. Control it from soil to oil. You know, it's grown in Colorado for the pets, or Montana too.
Colorado and
Yeah.
Oregon.
Colorado and Oregon for our pets.
And not to mention, it's all organic ingredients, not getting, you know, the crap that are sometimes in dog treats.
Yeah, there's no pesticides or the food coloring, whatever it is.
The dye.
Yeah, the dyes and things like that. They're all natural.
Which is something that's really important because there are so many treats for pets. And sometimes just grab them off the shelves, right, at the pet store or the grocery store. You don't even think about it. You just grab them because, oh, it's peanut butter flavor or it's bacon. But there's a lot of ingredients that aren't good for our pets. And we're very careful on now what we put in our bodies, but we have to be just as careful on what we put into our pets' bodies.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
wanted to ask, if I have a Chihuahua and I have a Great Dane and I have a pet treat, is it the same for both dogs?
No, you're going to give the Great Dane more than you give the Chihuahua because he weighs more. But you
Okay,
can
so
give
it's
him the
based
same
on-
treat. It's based
You
on
can give him the
weight,
same-
yeah. So what we normally, if somebody has a big dog and a little dog, you know, we'll sell them the treat for the bigger dog, and then they can either, depending on what breed it is, they can either break it into half or a third, depending on what the weight difference is, or cut it however. So you just cut down the dose for the little guy.
How often do you give the pets these treats?
Well, it depends on what you're trying to target because, you know, if it's once again, if it's something, you know, that we would pet a tincture for, then they, like humans, need to keep it in their system consistently. So it has to build up. You know, we have to build those cannabinoids up in our bodies because, and they have to do the same thing because their endocannabinoid system is like ours, just more sensitive.
But for treats,
So, and-
you would whenever you see symptoms, and like if it takes about upwards of an hour sometimes for it to take effect. So we recommend, like, if it's for separation anxiety, about a half hour to 45 minutes before you're leaving to give them the treats, so that it can work up in their system before you actually leave.
And now's really the perfect opportunity to try the different products on your pets while we're still home and we're still home with our pets to watch how they react, whether they need more, whether they need less. Now's probably a great time to start them and be able to work
Absolutely.
the dosing out and see what they need, different times of day, different things, because they're picking up on our energy even more than we realize.
Oh, for sure. For sure. And then, you know, just like you said, when people start going back to work, they're going to be like, okay, wait a minute, what's going on here? You know, it's like your kid, you know, when you drop them off at daycare the first time, when, you know, your dogs or your cats or your animals are going to wonder, okay, wait, my parents have been here with me every day for what seems like forever. Where did they go? Are they coming back? You know, it's going to be weird for them too.
It's so funny, and I say these things, and people look at me like I'm crazy, and then 2 weeks later, suddenly it'll come out on the news, right? And they look at me and say, how'd you know that? Well, you just got to think about, right, what's happening, and you just got to be aware of what's happening in our world and our pets, and just like animals know when a storm's coming before we know, right? They hide, the birds leave, and things shift. Our pets are feeling the same thing. They're feeling the change of you being home as much as they love being walked all day long. They're used to sleeping, and now you want to play. Right, it's just like playing with the baby and a babysitter, right? Same thing.
Oh, for sure. And that's, you know, the storms are a great point too. You know, we have some animals that they just freak out for storms, the fireworks. The treats are a great supplement, a great suggestion, for those times as well.
Let's take a quick commercial break. When we come back, let's talk more with your CBD store. And I'm telling you, just in the time that I use this topical cream, the headache's better again. I'm so excited. You have no idea. For someone who's in pain like me, and you don't make any claims. Freddie makes his own claims, and I can make my own. It's got me back to the functioning world, and actually with a smile. So it's a whole lot to be said, and all of this comes to you from your CBD store, located in Singer Island. They come to you today from their Boynton Beach store, Boca, and Pembroke Pines. So you can check them out at your-cbd-store.com. The Boynton number is 561-419-7101. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, more with your CBD store. See you in a few.
The benefits of CBD are well known, but not all CBD is equal. At your CBD store, our award-winning products are made from organic industrial hemp. Your CBD store products are third-party tested for purity, and we offer a wide variety of products to meet your needs and preferences. From water solubles, topical creams and oil drops, to pet products. Visit your CBD store and let our knowledgeable staff guide you. Your CBD store.
The way you live your life says a lot about you. The way you choose to commemorate your lifetime can say even more. It's a single event that speaks volumes. So how do you celebrate a life? Dignity Memorial Providers believe that your memorial service should be as unique as you are, reflecting your personality and your passions. It should be a perfectly tailored send-off, a fitting tribute for family and friends to celebrate the person they love. We're professionals at catering to your every need, right down to the catering. In fact, no detail is too small. So when it comes time for a fitting tribute, we'll see that your final wishes are beautifully fulfilled. It's what Dignity Memorial Providers are known for. And why you should rely on us to see that your life is well celebrated. The celebration of a lifetime begins here.
Healing Moments Wellness Boutique specializes in integrating scientific and ancient therapies to relieve physical, emotional, and psychological distress. Through the power of touch, coaching, and meditation, clients experience pain relief, relaxation, healing, and detoxification. Contact Healing Moments Wellness Boutique at 561-931-2187 and experience Boca Raton's Healing Haven. Enjoy the benefits of an individualized treatment plan to help find your feelings of peace, complete balance, and wellness. Call Healing Moments today, 561-931-2187, and be rejuvenated.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
I got
Hey,
my
we're
dinner
back.
bell.
Oh, I hear the bells.
For who the bell tolls. Lots of things going
I got a
on
lot of-
here. Hard to believe we've made it through
I got-
another week. I haven't seen you in weeks.
It's not true. That's
Okay.
not true.
Okay. We are here
I
on
got-
the 12
I
o'clock
got-
hour on Friday talking with your CBD store. And I've got all these amazing products lined up here that I'm going to be taking home. I'm going to use all of the skincare, the topical. I got the body lotion. I've got the neuro. But today we're talking about pets. And you guys still look the same. I wasn't sure if you were changing segments or not, but we're going to keep going with what we're talking about.
We decided you're stuck with us.
I looked up and I'm like,
There
we
must
still got
be-
the ladies. It's all good.
There must be a client in the house.
There was.
It was, yes.
And people
We
who
have
need-
we have people writing in thanking you for the products that you sent out. People loving it, and they're writing. I'm playing with dual screens here, and people are writing in on multiple screens about your product and about how great it is. I even took credit for some other radio shows that for some reason people that you were on those, and it was our show. I mean, the whole world. And there he is, the creeping crawler. Where'd he go?
Betty, you're really not outnumbered here. We're actually, well, I guess the girls, we are, because we have Emily here too. So I guess there are 4 girls to 3 guys, but you just can't see Asa and Jerry. Sorry.
Freddie is always outnumbered, so it's all good.
Oh,
Oh, I think he did. I think he enjoys being outnumbered, Dawn.
Girls run the world.
We do what we got to do, right? Keep it fun and do what we got to do. How can people get the
But-
products? Now, under everything we're going through, right? The quarantine and the social distancing, because I do think things are going to be changing and opening up, and there will be more social distancing and not as much quarantining unless you need to be. People are not necessarily coming in right now. However, they're still very, very easily able to get your products.
Oh yeah, for sure. We just had a lady pull up for curbside while we were on. We're delivering for free, and you can't come in. I mean, you still can come in if you want to, and practicing social distancing. Right now, there isn't a lot of times where we have more than one customer in the store at a time. However, the stores are big enough that we can keep our social distancing. There's a consultation area that if there is somebody already in the store with the employee, then they can just sit and wait, or if they want to wait outside, however. But the curbside service has been great. Our customers are loving that. We're doing free delivery right to your door. And it's up to you whether you want us to knock on the door and hand it to you, or if you just want us to ring the bell and leave it on the doorstep.
And we're also doing free nationwide shipping.
Yes, for sure. Thank you. I forgot about that.
Which is really great because Freddie, your niece is commenting, and she's in New York.
yes.
So all of these products can go
Mhm.
up to your niece and your sister and people that are writing in New York saying, oh my gosh, our pets need it, we need it, and there's credibility with your CBD store. We know who you are. We know, firsthand we can vouch for these products as I'm sitting here.
Yeah, and everybody enjoyed the sample pack so much last week that we've decided, if it's okay with you guys, we're going to do it again this week, but we're going to change it up a little bit.
Okay.
If you want to call in and give us your name and address, and then you can choose whether you'd like to do the edibles or a sample pack for your pets. Now, unfortunately, we can't send for the pets. We can't send a sample of the tinctures, but we can send samples of the treats.
Oh, what a great idea. And what number do you want them to call into?
If they could call the Boynton Beach store, which is 561-419-7101, we'd be happy to take their information and get it out to them.
So we can do a sample for our pets, or we can do,
The edible line, which we're going to
or
cover.
our human
in a
edible.
minute.
All right, so it's a sample of edibles, whether it be human or your pets. And this way you can try it out. One of our producers, when they went to do a spot with you, Teddy went with our producer Slick, and he came home with a bag of your edible gummies. And he's sitting here after the show, and he's eating and he's laughing, and Teddy is at this point rolling on the floor, and Freddie and I are sitting here looking at them saying, what is so funny? I think we're just having, right, just a regular show. They're both rolling on the floor. He misunderstood a serving size. He thought a serving size was a bag. So he continued to eat and eat and eat until Teddy looked at him and says, no, a serving size is like, what, a couple pieces? And he had no idea. So he's eating the whole bag. Clearly, he was fine. He said he did have to take a nap by 6 o'clock. He was quite tired. But other than that, he was good to go.
Yeah, if you eat too many, it's definitely going to put your endocannabinoid system into homeostasis, and you're going to feel like you need a. They're great. I mean, at night, you know, for people that have trouble sleeping, they're great.
That's what happens to me, because I take a lot of it, and it just like smooths me out, you know? I sit there and it's not that you're high, you know, you're nowhere near high. You're just relaxed. Very relaxed.
Is that what it is with you?
Yeah.
It's all about your serotonin levels. Just kind of evens us out, so we don't do that up and down throughout the day. People
And
are
tell us
like,
about the
need
edibles. What do I need, Freddie?
You need to drink by the gallons.
Here.
You need to drink this by the gallon.
Can you take it? Here, grab it. Put your hand out.
Forget
There you go.
forget about tinctures. You need to drink it with a straw. Because you're a little bit strung out. You know, you're a little high strung.
It's almost happy hour here, so we're going to have some fun. Because you can put this Neuro water soluble in anything, right?
I put it in the coffee.
any water,
Even wine.
you can even put it in your wine.
I'm all in, Jay. I love this lady. Contact your CBD store. They're giving away samples, and all I can tell you is by trying the samples last week for me has been truly amazing. And you gave them to so many first responders. And I know that Jerry had offered this as well to more first responders. So let them try this. So if you know a first responder, whether it be the skincare pack or, you know, maybe they want to try the edibles for themselves or their dogs, let your CBD store know. Give them a call, 561-419-7101. They will send it to you. They can do curbside. They're Boca, Boynton, Singer Island. And just send it to you and give it a try. I mean, it's amazing how much better I feel, how much calmer people are. And for your pets, this is going to change for them once they go back, because this is not like spring break or summer vacation. People have been home for a month now. And your poor pets have no idea what's going to go on once things change again. Even just running errands, right? No one's even running errands anymore. You are home all the time. It's like 24/7.
Now, let me tell you, the kennels are almost bare
Yeah.
because people have adopted animals in a record number of deals. Now, the good news is that that's happening. The new news is that you don't know your pet yet because you just got them. If you had them for a month or two, you're getting to know them. So let's do this. Let's do this a different way. Here goes the bell. Here you go. 561-419-7101. That phone should be ringing off the hook right now. If you have a new pet, I suggest, highly suggest, that you get something for your pet. I know everybody's going to want the gummies. Don't worry about that. We'll get to that another day. But if you just got a pet out of the kennel, now think about this, Dawn, because we've done shows for the kennels, and they had hundreds of dogs. I don't even know how the hell anybody can take care of all those animals, right? So all these animals now are in homes, and you don't know these animals. They've been under stress. They've been changing environments. Think about it. It's like you living in a different house. You change. Your environment changes. Anxiety comes in. So let's do this correctly. The phone should be ringing, 561-419-7101. Give them a call. Get the free sample of the treats and see how it makes your brand new pet feel. And I bet you're going to love how the animals react to this stuff, because I've seen it work.
Yeah, we actually have 2 cats at home, and we feed them the cat snacks. My one cat, Tinkerbell, she runs all over the house. She is a terror, to be honest. But when we feed her the cat snacks, it's like a whole new pet. Like she just kind of calms down.
I got a great story. My son went to visit Frankie. Lisa, if you're watching, call the number. They got a Chihuahua. Now, Chihuahuas are high-strung animals irregardless. So my son texts me that Frankie's dog, he pet it, and then it bit him. It snapped at him. And this dog is going to need a lot of tinctures, a lot of stuff. So Lisa, pick up the phone and call 561-419-7101. Let them send you a pack of this. Let's calm your Chihuahua down. But he says it needs.
They got a little dog, your nephew did?
He has a little Chihuahua.
That's hilarious.
Meanwhile, Frankie's 6 foot something. It's like Chuck walking around with a little miniature dog.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm laughing that he's got a little Chihuahua, although we've got a little Chihuahua Yorkie in our house, so I get it.
Yeah, but your dog is bigger than Frankie's. I'm talking about the leash is bigger than the dog.
Yes, because you'll ship it anywhere. They will ship the treats to any state. All you have to do is give them a call, 561-419-7101.
Oh, that's funny. We could put a camera on the little Chihuahua of New York. It'll be the poster dog.
Put a GoPro on him.
Yeah.
And what else is happening with your CBD store? You've got so many other products. You've got some new products that are coming out, I know.
Yes, we do. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but we do have quite a few new, exciting products that are going to come out that are going to be brand new to the industry.
Revolutionary.
They're going to be revolutionary.
It's
So
really
it's
going
going
to
to
be
be great
Freddie, you're
because
going to love it.
once in a we're going to have our Singer Island store completely done with it's actually going to be a model store for the brand. And then by then we should be getting these new revolutionary products in. So we'll have to do our show from that store that week, and then we can tell you all about the new products. We're really excited about it.
That's incredible. Are you finding people buying different products now during this whole change in life?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I cannot even begin to tell you how many calls that I've taken in just this week where people say to me, hey, I was talking to a friend and a friend told me that they were taking an oil for anxiety or stress or whatever. And they're like, okay, I want to try it. I need to try this because my friend says that your brand is working great for them, and this is just, I need to try. So, and we actually walk them through it on the phone. It's like, we would love for everybody to be able to come in and sit down in our consultation area, but we know that that's not possible right now. So we've just kind of gone with the times, and we just do it on the phone, would be great. Even if anybody wanted to FaceTime us, I would be all in for that too.
People are writing in. They called for samples for their mom. That's awesome, Deb. So they're already calling
Nice
in, which
deal.
is amazing.
Well, the object of the game here, now we had Dr. J, maybe somebody that we should reach out, and she could recommend your CBD store, and the Shamawi, Christine.
Shemama Hunting Owl, yes.
And we got to change that because Freddie can't remember all those vocabulary.
Shemama, like your
Shemama?
mama? Like
That's
your
it.
mama? Shemama.
Your mom, yes.
Yo mama?
And the
Shemama.
funny thing is, your mama will teach you to meditate, and this will be a very nice runway towards getting that inner core, inner peace thing that she was talking about yesterday. And I'm going to tell you, I can tell you right off the top, the whole world right now, the society is strung out because they've had to do something they're not used to doing. Everybody's freaking out. What a nice way of starting, not only for you, for your pets, to getting on that road to recovery. And Dawn, I'm going to tell you, all kidding aside, you should take a bath in this stuff. You are so strung out that you're making me nuts. Just to tell you, you're making me nuts.
I really can't wait till you get back in studio because you know what payback is?
Yes.
I think that's probably why he's staying away, because the longer he stays away, the more he knows payback is coming, because it is not
Teddy and
going to be
I-
kind.
Teddy and I had a meeting, and she knows exactly what is going on. And I asked you to close the window shade, and there's cars going by, and my eyes are blinking. I'm gonna need the CBD. Do you guys have CBD eye drops?
No.
No, not
That's
yet.
smart though.
But we do have
Yes, do you?
CBD hand sanitizer. I wouldn't recommend that you put that in your eye. However, I didn't even know they made hand sanitizer with CBD in it.
Wow.
How crazy is that? So all of our
That's pretty
customers
crazy.
hand sanitizer with CBD in it with their purchases. So
And they're probably loving that. So let's talk about the benefits of CBD and hand sanitizer, because if your hands don't hurt, what is it doing? What's the CBD product doing for your hands and the hand sanitizer?
It just goes back to the fact that we have receptors on our skin. So it's just another way to balance out your endocannabinoid system.
and it doesn't dry out.
Yeah, and it's not drying. It kind of smells weird. I'm not gonna lie to you, but
Most hand sanitizer does, unless it's from Bath and Body Works.
yeah, but it's pretty moisturizing. It doesn't dry out your hands, so it's perfect. It's perfect for those medical professionals who, always need hand sanitizer to wash their hands, or our grocery store workers who, need hand sanitizer, especially right now.
And I have
Well,
to
you
tell
know,
you,
the-
I love the smell of this lotion. The cucumber, oh my
know.
gosh, it
Yeah.
smells
So
so
does
good.
she. She
great.
loves it.
Love it.
You know,
I
Freddie,
know, and you
it's
and
kinda
you
nice
do
here. I'm just saying, I got all my toys here.
and you know and you
funny you
do
say-
realize
Yeah.
It's funny you say that
You
because
do?
I told my wife to get some more lotion because we have a big bottle up in the bathroom and it's like empty. I says, do we have any more? She says, at the store. I says, but I use it too, big time.
Can you use this
The
on your
No.
sanitizer
body?
is pretty good because it's not a lot of alcohol in it, so it keeps you moist and at the same time sanitized. And one thing I want to touch on, the only thing is that I want to touch on is when the Singer Island store is done, which definitely will be by the first of the month. They say a week to 10 days. I invite everybody just to come in and experience the store. Not come in and check out the store, because you can go in and check out any store. This store is going to be something that is unbelievable, and you need to experience it. If you use any CBD in any form, in any way, you'll have to come in and experience what this store is going to offer.
Or
I am
right
really
now,
looking
you can
forward to it.
FaceTime us, and we'll experience it with you if you don't want to, leave your house.
Yeah, right.
You can give us a virtual tour of it, absolutely.
Yeah.
But now is
Now, you
certainly the
do-
time to give back. And I want to ask before our hour ends. You've done so much with first responders, and I know we were talking during the week that you're looking to help more people on the front lines if they need it. So can you just tell us what you're offering?
We probably have about 60, 70 bottles left yet.
Let me see if I can find one.
And we've been giving them to our customers. And I still believe we still have 50 or 60 or maybe even 70 bottles yet.
And for the frontline workers, we're doing 25% off. If they have like an ID that they can show us, obviously, and then they do get the free sanitizer as well.
And we're giving them 25% off of anything. It doesn't matter what they purchase.
And it's a little cute bottle, so you can just put it right in your pocket or your purse.
What's in that bottle?
This is the hand sanitizer.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, and then what's in that bottle? It's Friday. I want to know what's in your bottle. It's 1 o'clock, and I'm approaching 5 o'clock. What's in your bottle? Hand sanitizer. Okay.
If you have some frontline people, some police or firemen or
Grocery
anything
store
like that,
workers.
and you need them, just call us. We
John,
have
there-
a police station right here, 2 doors down, and I ran them over a bunch today. So just let us
John,
know,
there's
we'll be
a-
glad to send.
there's a fire. The gentleman that came in from the fire department a couple of months ago. You remember
I
him?
can reach out to him. Yes, David.
David, and he has access to
Number,
many fire.
Get me his number and I will reach out to him and I would be glad to send some down there. Actually, I'll hand deliver them myself.
Yeah, they're
we'd
down
love to
in
give them
Hallandale, so
sample
absolutely will. Good idea, Freddie.
Yeah, I mean, we have reached and talked to so many people across spectrum. And, everything that we're going through, I get, but the one thing that we have to we got to keep our eye on is the new norm is going to require you to do things that you're not going to be comfortable in. And changing settings sometimes becomes a little anxious, a la my partner right here. So your CBD store can become a place to park yourself just to maybe just chill out and get something in you that's going to help take the edge off, to calm you down. When you figure out what that something is, I'm going to tell you, your CBD store can become a lifeline. And the only reason I tell you that is because my partner here, this is probably the calmest I've seen her. What's wrong with my hand? The calmest I've seen her all week.
That's because
awesome.
I found relief, and I'm not kidding you. And everyone knows I am incredibly, incredibly sensitive to so many products, which is why I wait until I absolutely cannot wait any longer for relief when I try things, because and they know this, right? I'm ultra sensitive to everything. This topical cream has been a lifesaver for me today. Because yesterday, as you know, I was not even here because I couldn't even see straight to get out of a dark room. I had the rooms dark. I couldn't even function to get in my car to get here. And I had Maddie in my head saying, you have to do this. I had to come to the studio to get this morning. And it has totally made my day so much better. That literally on a scale of 1 to 10, when yesterday it was at about a 30, I was ready to go to hospital to find a shot because my head I thought was going to explode. Today it's like at a 1. And that is, nothing else has changed except this cream and just a little dab. It has been, oh my gosh, a game changer. So 100% authentically, in truth, I tell you this. Contact your CBD store. There are 4 locations. They are doing samples right now of the edibles or for your pets. They will send them to you. They have a variety of products. They will send those to you as well. Just go for a free consultation. Give them a call. They'll walk you through the options. And if you are a first responder, please reach out to them. They have products for you to try and also 25% off, which is tremendous. You can reach them at their Boynton store, 561-419-7101 or your-cbd-store.com. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for everything.
you.
I'm going to try the bath bomb this
you.
weekend. I'll give you a report on Monday.
Awesome.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
Love you
Be
guys.
safe.
Thank
Love
you.
you guys.
Thank you.
Be safe.
All right.
Let's go to
I tell you,
commercial break.
I love-
Yeah, you love it? I know.
I love doing that deal, and I am going to create a new cream. I'm going to call it the Save Your Relationship Cream.
Well, I'm going to talk to them about that off air because that's a whole nother level of product line. And because every day is
know.
Valentine's Day, according to the Love Show, that's a whole, hey, maybe that's what they're coming out with. We have no idea. You never know.
True that.
A little
True that.
dab will do ya. Let's go to commercial break between our 12 and 1 o'clock hour. When we come back, we'll be talking to Ann Dector of You're Not Here to Be Good, You Are Here to Be Better, and Kenny Love of the Florida Love Show. So stay tuned, 866-224-5422. Always please contact your CBD store to try those free samples at 561-419-7101, and we will be right back.
The benefits of CBD are well known, but not all CBD is equal. At your CBD store, our award-winning products are made from organic industrial hemp. Your CBD store products are third-party tested for purity, and we offer a wide variety of products to meet your needs and preferences. From water solubles, topical creams, and oil drops to pet products. Visit your CBD store and let our knowledgeable staff guide you. Your CBD store.
If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would listen. It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have a platform you deserve to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 55312. That's CAFE to 55312. Or call us at 866-224-5422. Your voice can make a difference.
Does your business MobiPop? A new way to grow your business. Using a simple keyword, drive customers right to you with just a click. Customers will receive your personalized digital business card within seconds with all your contact information in one place, including a gallery of photos, videos, and clear call to action that drives sales. Promote your products and services or share a hot new listing with custom event pages and RSVP form, boosting qualified leads. Special offers and promotions are directly sent to your potential customers' phones with text campaigns, increasing foot traffic and creating a loyal following. Let MobiPop drive your marketing campaign. Focus on your business. Let MobiPop focus on growing it.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Where's your bell?
I got my dinner bell. Dinner is
What
served.
the hell is that?
Dinner
Tea
is
time
served.
at Tiffany?
I was in such a migraine state last night that I went into the kitchen to cook my emergency soup from Lady Ann. And because of
Really?
the lack of certain foods and ingredients that we like to use that I need for my soup, I needed a butternut squash. You know what they brought me? They brought me an entire butternut squash. So this to
Really?
me was quite overwhelming what to do with a squash that was not already cut up. It was a scene unto itself is all I can tell you. This poor squash has never seen the light of day like when I have to cook it. So I give a huge amount of credit to people who actually cook from vegetables and fruit and they know what to do with it, because I got to tell you, I had enough squash for a long time. But this, you worried about me throwing ducks at you? This is the bath bomb from your CBD store. And this I cannot wait to enjoy over the weekend. It smells, oh my gosh, it smells amazing. So I can use the topical cream and I can take a nice long bath in this and enjoy my weekend. Find a
Now, are
movie to
you
watch,
going-
a
are
movie
you-
Monday. Oh my goodness. Thank you to your CBD store for sending this over.
Now, I'm going to tell you, when you use that, you know, when you come out, you're not going to be able to do anything else. It's going to relax you to no extent.
Well, they've got all different ones that do different things. Some are invigorating, some are relaxing. And we're going to see what this one does.
Hot water
it
and
says-
that is going to, invigorating means your body wakes up. But I'm going to tell you something. You take those CBD things
Oh my gosh,
in a
it
nice
smells so
warm bath, you're going to be out.
So good. I can't think of a better way to practice self-care this weekend than taking a nice long bath with his bath bomb. You can contact your CBD store, 561-419-7101 to receive your free sample of an edible or an edible for your pet. If you're a first responder, please contact them as well, 561-419-7101. You can also look them up on the web, Boca, Boynton, Singer Island, and Pembroke Pines, your CBD store. They've got a variety of locations and many, many, many products to help you. They will deliver. They will do a free phone consultation. They will send it. You name it, they will get it to you. But their products are spectacular. And as we
Now, I
roll
wanna
into our
touch
last
base-
segment, yes.
Well, hold on. I want to touch base with you on a couple of things. Number one, I don't know if Teddy has the banners up yet, but I've been getting a lot, there it is. I've been getting a lot of traction with the Brooklyn Cafe Gubba Rum special on the left. You like that?
I like it so much, I think I'm going to try and make one right now.
That is the best frozen Gubba rum cafe drink on the planet. That one is made with the coconut. How do you like that?
How do I like it? I keep telling you, it's almost 5 o'clock, and it is 5 o'clock somewhere. So I think it is time to partake in some Gubba Rum cocktails, some CBD, get right into our weekend, because you know what? Every day is a new day, and it's getting brighter, and things are changing, and we're all going to get back to doing what we do best. And what we do best is we share truth, we share hope, we share a platform. And one of our most favorite sponsors that we have that works with us, shares her platform, is speaker, author, innovative spiritual coach. We've got Ann Dector of You're Not Here to Be Good, You're Here to Be Better. So let's talk to Ann.
How are you?
How are you doing?
How's the Ethernet connection?
It's very nice. How are you
It's much
doing?
better. Where'd you go?
I'm sitting in my family room, and we've connected to the modem. So the TV is behind me. I put up a turquoise blanket on it because it's glaring, the lights are coming off of this TV. So not as comfortable as sitting in my office, but change is good, right?
Change is good and the
You look
connection's a whole lot
spectacular.
better.
Yeah.
Thank you, Freddie. Thank you. 11 pounds down will do that to you.
Wow, congratulations.
I think an Ethernet connection will do that to you.
Yeah, we're just, So here I am with my Ethernet connection.
Share with us about the week. We changed your day this week because it was the end of Passover, so I'm sure energies have changed. The birds are singing. We're in full springtime. What's happening?
Well, I'll just say energetically that the most important thing to stay connected to right now is to know that we're in a 49-day period called the Omer. It's the time between the end of Passover and the time when we get the 10 Commandments in which will be June sometime. It's a time to build. It's a time to clean. It's a time to build. So what do I mean by that? It's really a time to use the full stop that we're in to really make some needed changes. Do an internal inventory and take a look at the things that are not working, take a look at the things that are working, and to expand your vessel, to expand your life. It's not time to stay in coast, it's time to grow.
It's interesting that we come about this, right? There are no coincidences, and we talk about this all the time. And we were validated again yesterday with Shamama, that we come to this time of Omer in 49 days in this space where most people are home, other than if you're out, on the front lines doing what you need to be doing. Most people are home trying to restructure their business, trying to figure out how to balance being a teacher, being cook, being cleaner, being mom, being dad, being everything, and keep your business going. How to get another job if you don't have a business, if you're on unemployment. It's time to grow, right? None of us are being able to coast right now. We're being pushed to force to change, and change for the better.
And change for the better. Change is good. Change is amazing. It's about also that switch in your head. I've been thinking of some of the stories, and I want to tell you something funny. Everyone is laughing at me now because, I'm thinking about how this is an amazing time also for resilience, right? To really dig deep within and who are you really? I mean, only in this moment of a full stop could you really know who you are. And I was thinking about something. I was doing a lot of my own. I was taking a lot of my own advice, doing a lot of self-reflection. And there's one thing that I don't talk about, and it's part of my story, and it's shaped me. And I never talk about it. And more, I've been talking about it. My family was not. I don't know. If any of you have 16-year-olds, they don't kind of want to sit and talk to their parents. So mine is getting up at 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and then after dinner running away. But one night we just sat, and I started talking about my experiences. Bless you.
Thank you.
Growing up on a farm, and I never really talk about that part of my life, but it's shaped me tremendously. And my son actually sat and listened to the stories. So I thought to myself, this is a good time to share stories with your families, the things that impacted you, the things that made you who you are, is to really sit and connect with other people on that level. It was a good night. It was fun.
I think the kids are really embracing this, whereas maybe they didn't connect with us before, whether we've got teenagers or out of the house. Dynamics have changed in families. I think dynamics are changing again now that everyone's had their time to sort of feel their oats and rethink things. I mean, it seems to me 4 weeks in my opinion, that people are getting adjusted in certain ways. They're changing in other ways. They're going to get back to doing what they need to do in other ways. It's kind of sifting it all out, putting it in a big sifter and saying, this works, this doesn't work. I'm going to change this. I'm going to go back to doing this. We've had time to evaluate a lot of things over these 4 weeks, good and the bad.
Right. Do you want to hear some stories?
Yes, as long as you're not putting your knee into somebody else's face again, we're good.
No. So I was thinking about, and I think this is a good story for all our listeners, is like, what does resilience really mean? Because that's what's getting most of us through right now. If you think about it, what else? And what does resilience really mean? It means having a backbone, and that no matter what happens, it's kind of like, I like this analogy about how they build the apartments for the buildings for earthquakes, that there's like a little bit of wiggle room in the strength of the apartment. That's how we are right now. We're built for earthquakes. We're built to withstand them. We're built to thrive, and we kind of bend a little bit with the motion, but we always come back to our true neutral. So we don't know what that true neutral is until we're tested. Do you agree with that?
Until we see where our inner strength comes from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's finding out just how strong you really are. I think the biggest fear right now is being able to know that you can withstand something like this and get back to being the greatness of who you are. I think that this is a true a gut check. And there's a lot of people right now that are freaking out because they don't realize just how strong they can be. I think it's like we were saying before, when something's not working, everything bad in that system gets exposed. And I think that people now are afraid to expose maybe things that they're weakest of, insecurities, things they're not sure of. And this is a good time to reboot, listen to what you say, and go get it. I mean, think about it. What's the worst thing that can happen if you don't? You're going to be stuck.
I love that, because I'm thinking to myself, you're already at like moment zero, right? How does it get, well, we don't want to put that out to the universe, but what do you have to lose? This is a time to look at relationships that don't work. And it's time to, one of the things my husband and I said also is that we really know who are our friends right now. Because the people who've been showing up and the people who haven't been showing up. Something as simple as a phone call, checking in. How are you? What's going on? When things are good. And look, I'm used to being a supporter. That's my role in life. I support, I call, I connect. I'm a supporter and a connector. But when I stop doing that, who's really in my world? So it's been really, coming out of this, I know who's really part of my soul pod. I know who's really part of my community. And what do I have to lose by just saying the truth? We were talking about yesterday how there's so much freedom in what's going on right now. Because there's freedom in you being you connecting to you, knowing who you are. And then when you come out of this, when you're in it, it doesn't matter where you are, because wherever you go, there you are. But there's so much freedom in knowing who you are and not taking any crap from anybody. I miss you, I love you, oh my God, where have you been? Same place you've been?
Well, let
In
me
my
ask
house.
you about that. I'm glad you brought that up. We have the freedom now to say, you know what? I'm not taking any more of your nonsense. I got to do what I got to do. Why is it now that different than before?
Because now it's apparent. There's no hiding it. You can't hide it under the fact that our kids are friends. Great, your kids might be friends, but no one's doing any play dates, so it doesn't matter. You can't hide it under carpool. No one's driving to school, so it doesn't matter. There's so much freedom in calling situations what they are right now. Now, I'm not saying the people who you're used to having in your life and they're not showing up anymore because you don't share a commonality, a common life experience that you're rude to. No, you're loving and you're caring and you're kind. But now you have the freedom and the time to invest in the relationships and the people who can move with you to grow from good to better. That's where you want to spend your time anyways.
And we have choice, right? It always comes down to choice. If we choose to invest in those relationships or if we choose not to. Now, there have been friends that I know on every holiday I'll reach out to them and I get a response back. So this year, I think, am I obligated to reach out to those and say, happy Passover, happy Easter? Because for all this time, no one's ever reached out. Or do we take the high road and continue to reach out and be who you are? I mean, there's this dichotomy that you think, do I continue to always be me and be in my truth? Or do you say, you know what, I see where this relationship is and maybe it's time to move along?
I will tell you, there's one part of the puzzle that we're not talking about, which has given me a lot of strength and comfort. And it's the fact that you have a partner in life. And that is your higher power. And I really believe that higher power is guiding this experience. If you are not hanging with certain people or you're not connecting with certain people, maybe right now it's because that's not what's in your best interest.
Okay.
If we think that it's all up to us, we don't allow for that higher power, the complete picture. I think of the people that have shown up. And those are the ones that are meant to show up. And if I would be operating alone, I never would have imagined that these people would show up. So it's accepting this higher power as a partner in your life and going with the flow. Whatever is showing up right now, it's because that's what's in your highest good and interest.
I was told one day that a friend will walk with you into the fire. An acquaintance is somebody that you walk with away from the fire, because there's always never abandoning who you're with. And that was a rule that was taught to me when I was a very young man by my grandfather, because he said to me once, you never know a friend until you need to walk into the fire. So I said to him, Grandpa, that could be maybe one person, two people in my life. He says, yeah. And he says, what about the rest of them? And he said to me, those are the acquaintances that you walk away from it. You don't abandon, you walk away. And they will pick their own path, and you have to be there to support. So having this whole thing is a little complicated, made even more complicated now. But the bottom line is, Dawn, as you said, you have choice. The bottom line is, if you go at it, and you go at it thinking of yourself in your core, thinking that you are worth every ounce of it, then you can't go wrong. Simply said, you can't do more damage to yourself right now by taking a chance on yourself, is what I'm saying.
I agree. And one of the tips, I was just on a podcast right before I was with you, and she asked me, the person, she's the hostess, she said, can you leave a tip with us for the times that we're in right now? And I said, there is an incredible saying that comes from the Torah, and it says, make yourself a rabbi, or you can make yourself a holy leader, and buy yourself a friend. And it's all about what we're talking about right now. So make yourself a holy leader is that understanding that you have your higher power as your partner. To leave space for that always. And buy yourself a friend is you want to be around right now. It's a choice. You want to choose those people who are creating, who are making lemonade out of lemons, who are finding different resilient parts of themselves that they've never had before. Those are the people you want to buy. Now, I say that with, quotation marks. Why buy? Because those are relationships that don't follow the path of least resistance. Those are the relationships that you have to invest in, that you have to look for, that you have to call and connect with and talk. And but those relationships right now, when you come out of this, those are the relationships that are going to nourish you. Those are the relationships that are going to keep you moving forward and creating moments of self-doubt. And I just think that expression, that saying is so imperative right now. That's why, Freddie, I don't think we have anything to lose right now and everything to gain. Because if it means that we're reconnecting to true, authentic, real us, me, and people, then I can only imagine the potential and magic we can create when that is in place. I'm excited about that.
What keeps coming up, Freddie, as we talk to Div, as I talk to other shows and other sponsors and other hosts, and we have the conversation as far as, we're all in this together. And in my mind, you do unto others as you would like to be done for yourself. So if we are asking a favor of our landlord and we are asking a favor of others to help us under these times, when the favor is asked of us, it is up to us to only extend the same gratitude that we would ask others to give to us. And that is how we come together as a community, because we are not in this one at a time. We are collectively in this. And understanding where we are, and our other shows that we produce, they are spectacular, and they live in their truth, and they walk it every day. And everyone's under the same constraints. And I feel it's my obligation, our obligation, Freddie, to give back as much as they've given to us in content as we can give to them as what we can do. And granted, we can all do what we can do, but where I am walking these days is in full gratitude for everything the community that we've built.
But that's not just gratitude. You're living in a real place, right?
Yeah, 100%.
You're living in a place like 100% aligned with your values.
Yeah,
100% aligned. And that was the second tip I gave on the podcast was this is a good time in this full stop to. What are your values? What is your brand? Who do you want to be known? How do you want to be known when all of this is said and done? Was she someone who fell apart? Was she someone who panicked over toilet paper? Was she someone who gave back to her community? Was she someone who was the calm in the storm? Was she someone that still, she was authentic? She talks about being a loving, caring, sharing creator. Did she stay in that place during isolation? So this is something I don't really get a lot of time to think about, but I'm thinking about it now, and this is the time to think about it.
This is the time, and where we live, we live in a place, and there are some spectacular people in our community, and then there are people, as in any community, that you look and say maybe they should reevaluate what's important in life. Not throwing any stones, but I think this is the time to reevaluate a lot of things and a lot of our own truths. And are we all perfect? There are days when I'm up a tree. There are days when I'm on the bottom of a roller coaster, top of a roller coaster, and I can have all those emotions in an hour. Freddie and I can banter back and forth at 9 a.m., and by 12 o'clock we come back, and there's a whole nother perspective on what happened between 10 and 12. But we're authentically true to who we are, always.
It's funny because I was thinking about growing up in my childhood. I've been doing so much thinking about that lately. And there are things that I haven't wanted to really look at. But, I tell this story And it's something that has impacted me and affected me so deeply. Like I've shared that my father died at 52. But what I didn't share was that when I was 8 years old, my father decided we were moving to a farm. So people know that we moved to a farm, but what they don't know, and like what I never put the dots together, was that, you know, here we were, this middle class family, professionals, living in Montreal in a city, going to private day school, and all of a sudden, I'm 8 years old. I'm being told you have to go away from everything that is near and dear to you. And I remember the day that we moved, I ran away. I was 8 years old. I ran down the street, and my father came after me and grabbed me by the ruff of my neck and threw me in the car and said, "You have to come." And I remember that was the first time in my life that I felt I had no choice. And that was a terrible feeling. At 8 years old, to feel that way. And it's only years later, and talking to my mom and other family members, that now I understand what motivated him. Was that he had always wanted to be a vet. And when he met my mom, she was 16 and he was like 19. And his father had a family business, and his father said to him, "You have to go into business and you can get married, I'll support that. Or you don't get married and I'll support you in vet school, but you can't have it both." Now, that was my father's calling in life. He wanted so much to be a healer. So the funny thing is when I was 2, he bought our first horse and we boarded it. So I started riding when I was 2. When I was 3, he bought the second horse and we started boarding and then started riding. But my point with this story is that we all have a calling, and no matter how hard we try to run away from it, it follows us. It followed my father throughout his life with 2 horses, and then by the time I was 8, moving to a farm so we could not only have horses and goats and pigs and cows and the whole works. And it followed him even more when we moved back to the city when I was 16, and my mother said, "I want my daughter to go into boarding to go to college." My father bought a pet store. You can't run away from your calling. Like,
because we are, right? We're all brought here with a purpose, and we can fight the purpose. I mean, I didn't do any of this. I graduated college with this degree in 1989, okay? It took many, many years forward for me to come back to the purpose that I was brought. But you can only fight it for so long until that God-given purpose comes back out, and you have to live your truth and be honest. We're going to go to commercial break. When we come back, and you're going to stay with us, we've got Ken joining us from Kenny Love, the Florida Love Show. Let's talk about how we can all bring love in to this weekend.
Do you want Dr. for a little bit? It's up to you.
Bring him over on the other side of this break.
Okay.
Right back.
Sometimes you need to shake things up a bit, to be a little adventurous, to make your meals pop. Don Pablo Coffee Growers and Roasters have that special ingredient. That little bit of adventure in a bottle to take your dinner to the next level. So take a leap and try one of Don Pablo's fresh roasted specialty coffee meat rubs on your beef, chicken, or pork. You'll never go back to boring again. Go ahead, rub it on your meat.
Are you here to be good? Or are you here to be great, outstanding? Hi, my name is Ann Shoshana Dector, and I am an author, motivational speaker, and leadership educator. I share with individuals and businesses the proven tools necessary so that you can make friends with challenges and use them as opportunities to grow from good to better, so you can have it all. Unified, supportive, and creative corporate communities, financial abundance, and a clear mission-driven purpose. Contact me at goodtobetter2020@gmail.com. Grow from good to better in 2020. Work with me individually or ask me to speak at your next event. Good to Better carmencare2020@gmail.com.
At Carmen Care Advanced Laser Therapy, our professional team specializes in finding the best alternative laser therapy treatments for your painful conditions. Do you suffer with chronic pain, a post-traumatic injury, or simply looking for the benefits of cell rejuvenation to the skin? Schedule a consultation today to understand how photobiomodulation can help reduce your symptoms, reduce or even eliminate pain. Give us a call today, 561-405-9577. We focus on treating you who has a disease, not a disease that defines who you are. Contact Carmen Care Laser Therapy today, 561-405-9577 or carmencarelaser.com.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
This is for Ann. I got to get Ann a
I
cowbell.
know Ann likes to ring the bells. I know.
I got to get Ann a cowbell. Bring it over for after Shabbat. Bring it over tomorrow for Ann.
I have cowbells. I'll give you cowbells from Promo Jeff for you. I have cowbells.
I know. That's be a good name for his company, by the way. Promo Jeff for you, but it's really promo stuff for you. But it's all good.
I meant Jeff from
I know
Promo
what
Stuff
you
for
meant.
You.
All right, as we get into our end of our segment for Friday, I can't even say for the end of the week because then we're on again for 3 hours tomorrow on WWNN. Let's bring back Ann and Dr. Dan and Kenny Love. Let's bring everyone in and just talk about how we're going to get through this weekend and some love. Hi, everybody.
Hi. Hi, Dawn, Freddie, Ann, and
Ann and Dan.
Ann and Dan. I love you all. It's so great to see you. We're going to get through this weekend with love. That's how we get through weekends.
You know,
Love.
Ken, I was thinking about you yesterday. We had our show and we had Shemama Hunting Owl on. And she put us all into a meditation and bringing love into the world. And I'm telling you, it was like watching the Florida Love Show that you've got coming on today at 3 o'clock.
Beautiful.
What do you have lined up
And
for
why
today?
was it? So today I have Rachel Barcelona is going to sing a medley of beautiful love songs. And she's an autism advocate. She has ability beyond disabilities. I have Whitney Houston, who's the marketing director of the Recovery Center, Village South. And I have Renee Endara, who has a love gym. And he's a world champion bodybuilder who found his vulnerability and his love and created a love gym. So we're going to be spreading a lot of love today on Florida Love.
And we were talking about reassessing, right? It's time to reassess and get back to our truth and our higher power. Ann?
Yes. For sure.
Dr. Dan, it's good to see you too.
It's a pleasure.
Dan has been doing a lot of reassessing and reinventing also. This has just been a time for it.
And how is that going for you? You know, Dan, I think about you all the time because unfortunately one of my parents' very good friends last night passed away in New York from COVID-19. And they had put him on, I always say it wrong, the
Hydroxychloroquine.
that one, hydroxychloroquine. He died of a cardiac arrest. And I know one of the things we talked about weeks ago was your concern about this happening. And I only wish more people knew what you told us then that may potentially help with that.
Well, if you're going to take it, I recommend that you take magnesium.
Yeah.
There's a few things you can take. Magnesium's one of them, although there's no controlled studies that show that it works. Magnesium is a therapy that we use to treat the bad side effect from hydroxychloroquine. So just take it. And I guess take it twice a day while you're taking the medicine. And also, I think you should...
Wait, can I just say something? Magnesium also helps you sleep better. It calms, like it has a magnesium, calcium. Magnesium has a calming effect. So it's good, right? During this time, some of us might be really anxious sleeping at night, and turning into vampires, as is everyone else in my world, going to bed at God knows what time. And
Yes, every
2 o'clock
time
in
I
the
take
morning.
magnesium, I have to take it at night because I do go to sleep.
There you go.
You're at 100% correct.
There you go. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
So another thing that you can take is something called quercetin, Quercetin. And I tell people who are into longevity, that's one of the things you want to take. But it also has the benefit of being protective against COVID. Because what happens is zinc has trouble getting into your body. That is a strong antiviral. And when you take quercetin or hydroxychloroquine, it brings the zinc into the cell much easier. So it's more effective and helps fight off the virus better. So quercetin is an important thing to take, 500 milligrams a day.
500?
One other thing, don't take the quercetin if you are taking digoxin for your heart.
500 milligrams of zinc or 5?
500 milligrams a day quercetin. And
All
it
right,
also
Freddie, we got
helps
to go
you.
to Daphne.
It also helps you stay younger.
Oh, then I'm all in.
You know,
Serious.
Dawn,
You
Dawn,
had me
it's-
at stay younger.
Listen, we're not advocating anybody take anything right now. I think if you want to talk to your medical professionals, if you want to set an appointment with Dr. Dan, all that is fine. You're not running anywhere to take anything. Just relax. Take it easy. Take it easy. These are cases in New York where they're trying to find a solution. I get it. Understood. That stuff has side effects. They've been saying all along, stop taking it unless you're under the care of supervision. And don't go on the street buying this stuff either.
No,
Let's not do that either. Okay? Because people will listen to what you're saying. Next thing they do, they go on to see Uncle Benny on the corner. All of a sudden, they got enough hydroxyl stuff to last them a month.
No,
we don't
no.
want to do
We never advocate for that, but everything under care. But there are supplements, anti-aging, things that Dr. Dan is working with that people can reach out to Ann and Dan at goodtobetter2020@gmail.com. And the information.
And that's easy to read.
I got to tell you, Ann,
Remember-
Freddie,
easy to
he's
remember.
texting.
Ann and Dan.
Where's Dr. Dan? Where's Dr. Dan? Like he was so upset that Dan wasn't on the show. But we are glad you're here.
To buy quercetin
I actually did look at it this morning.
and zinc and more stuff, but I just want to this whole concept of reinventing and medical. His whole world has shifted, and he was forced into that position with COVID. Now, was he forced to stop working in the ER and do a different path, telemedicine? Or was it his higher power at play with Mercy saying it's time to make a shift? For whatever
Which is-
reasons?
Yeah, it's so interesting you say that because sometimes the choice is taken out of our hands. And when we started working with Ken, we knew Ken through printing, right? The Happy Printer made business cards for free and bigger cards for free. And you did a banner for us that we used at Meisner Park before everything got closed down. And you're still doing your printing business, Ken, but there's been a shift in how you're spreading your message, right? And this was even before. We talked about this right before you started, before things shut down. How has this shifted for you as well?
Well, my life has shifted completely with love. And I was just thinking about going to sleep at night. I go to sleep now at night by saying, I love you, 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 till I can't say it anymore. And then I have this peace over me, and then I just fall asleep just by loving myself. So love to me has been healing. It's been, what I find is as a human being, love is the everything in my life. And I get up every morning so turned on and excited to post on my love groups. To me, it's really everything. And just when I say I love you all, and I love you, Dr. Dan, I love what you're about. And I think even the smile that Dr. Dan has by just saying I love you, it's an incredible feeling to say I love you to someone. And to me, that's that's one of the ways that we can really be free and move forward and recover right now from what we're going through. So, I mean, as far as my business, I'm just creating love in my business, in my life, in the world, and I've never been happier. So to me, that's been the key to my life, has been love.
And that's so
You
much,
know,
Anna, what we
Dawn,
talked
there's
about.
Dr. Dan is going to be dealing with medical research and everything in the medical field is going to be new, maybe improved, because they're going to have to figure out the slippery slope of how to heal, because everybody wants to know if we can get an antidote in a year, 2 years, 10 years, God only knows. And the other side of this thing, this is, loving one another. I think there's a new respect for actually human life. I think that you got two cornerstones here. You have one that is going to go into the future and hopefully resolve our problem. And then we have one here that's been here forever. We take for granted human life. We don't have that same urgency like we used to have about pride, about living among ourselves, about being peers, about just caring about one another. And I know that there are a lot of people that do. Don't get me wrong, I get it. But it has to change to a new level. This new norm is going to require us to change to another level where we look out for one another, where we don't look away like I used to see in New York City. Somebody falls off their bike and nobody helps that person. It was called the New York knowledge, meaning mind your business. Can't do that no more. Doesn't exist no more. You got neighbors that don't have food, you got to go knock on the door and help them. You got to help somebody that falls off a bike. You sort of have to give a damn, if you understand my English.
You kind of got to spread love is what you kind of got to do.
It's just spreading love, saying I love you. I love you, Freddie. I love you, Dawn. I love you, Dr. Dan. And what was your name again?
And
That's,
Ann. I
and
love you, Ann. And it's just really just saying I love you. And I find once you say I love you, all the caca that we have on top, all that hurt and anger and upset and whatever's going on in the world, all the make wrong and judgment, just goes away. Just say I love you. It's real simple. Call someone and say I love you, and then find out what's happening with them. It's just really simple.
And that seems to be happening more and more because you can say it. Everyone who leaves the air, right, Freddie? Since we've been doing this, everyone says I love you. Or we can say I love you to every single guest that we have. Not that we never loved them before, but maybe we just never said it, or we never said it on air, right? But now that they're not physically here and there's not that touch, there's not that hugging, you have to say it because that's how we're connecting. And we talked about this with Ann earlier. It's making that phone call. It's making that extension. It's offering to others that love and saying, we're all here in a community doing this together.
Yeah, even sending a virtual hug, sending a hug, sending a heart. We have emojis, we have ways to communicate. And I find just sending love, and there's so many different ways, sending love and prayers for someone who's healing, sending healing love. Like there's so many ways that we can love each other. And it's right now more than ever, it's so important. So I always say I have a love virus because I'm just going to spread love and just and that's what I'm about. And I get up every day and I just want to spread love.
Yeah, it's not enough to just, do you ever have people who say to you, like if you haven't seen them in a long time and they say, oh, I think about you all the time. I might not talk to you, I might not connect with you, but you're always in my heart. So those people, that's nice, I guess, but like what Ken is saying, this is a life of duality, a world of duality. We have a thought and then we have our actions. So it's not enough for people to think that we know that. Ken, are you a mind reader? I'm not a mind reader. I don't know if somebody loves me or not unless they actually tell me, unless they actually pick up the phone and say, hey, haven't seen you in a while and I miss you. What's going on? So if that's what this pandemic is doing, is helping us to connect more, then I think that's a great thing.
You know what I'm learning is that, fortunately for us, Freddie, what we do is not a life or death situation. right? We are not on the front lines doing this. So if you don't reach out to that person that you thought about today, you can reach out to them tomorrow. So today I reached out to Jermina of Blossom Moments Flower. We haven't talked to her in a long time. Freddie, I've told you I meant to reach out to her all week. And she says, oh my goodness, I just had a dream about you, and I dreamt that you were thinking about me and that you miss me so much. She said, and now you're texting me. She was so excited. And I mean, that's exactly the connection, right? So we've been talking about it all week, and I finally texted her, and she's going to see if she can get some flowers and spread the love through flowers and do it that way and see what she can find open, because everyone's going through something. You just got to reach out to them when you can.
You know, isn't it? I think it's just so ridiculous when people say to me, oh, I have no time. I have no time. But I'm thinking about you. I'm thinking about you. And I want to blow that myth right out of the water, because my best friend since high school now lives in Israel. She calls me. I call her. It's not about time. We're like 7 hours apart. We make time because that connection is important. So I think it's crucial. We make time for the people we say we care about. And this fallacy that picking up the phone and making a phone call, oh, it'll turn into a 10-hour conversation, and I don't like to speak after dark, or I put the kids to sleep, or, I mean, I've heard some really crazy things, and now, of course, with texting and phones and what have you, we're screwed. But maybe now we'll realize that a 2-second phone call is all it takes to let another person know that they're loved.
Now, let me ask you guys, and Ken, let me ask you, we've been doing this now for what, 4 weeks, essentially, right? What have you learned from this? What has changed in your mind over the past 4 weeks?
That love is simple, and that love is everything, and God is love, and also Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom to you all as well.
Shabbat Shalom. And I have a friend who observed Shabbat actually this morning. Perfect example. I've been wishing her a good morning and a good night. And today I wrote to her, good morning, Shabbat Shalom. And she wrote me back, Shabbat Shalom, I love you. Now, to me, what I have learned is love opens up everything. When I say I love you to someone, they just become vulnerable and open and share with me. And if we all said I love you to each other, you know, like what a world we'd have. And I have found through the show, I had Florencia on the show. She's a painter. She said to me, "You got to call Renee. He's got a love gym." Then I ended up speaking to Renee, and he tells me, "Call whoever they're involved in love and spreading love." The guests are like galore right now because everybody's spreading love. Dr. Dan's spreading love. Everybody's spreading love. So it just keeps going. I call it loving it forward. Instead of paying it forward, we're all loving it forward. I think I've learned loving it forward.
All right, I'm going to pick a heart for you. I'm going to send a virtual heart your way.
Ooh.
Right. You are free. This is for Ken.
Mm.
All right.
So Dawn, that actually applies perfectly right now. What I have found also, when I just get up every morning and I just love, Gandhi said love is the absence of judgment. When I just love, I'm free. And to me, there's no greater life for a human being than to be free. So that's what I have discovered through through Florida Love.
And what have you discovered through these past 4 weeks?
I've discovered my resilience. I've discovered that I'm capable of a lot more than I ever thought I could be, and to be open to my partner in life, the messages, the universe, my family, and to just move with the flow, because fighting it, I'm not free when I fight. Just to go with the flow in love.
And you get Dream It's Okay. This is for Ann.
Right.
And I'm going to ask Dr. Dan, what have you learned through all of this? You've had a big reshift in things.
I certainly had a big reshift. I learned that the importance of reemphasizing people and bringing love into the world, because ultimately, that's the only thing that matters is love.
Look at the synergy,
And
right? You never even
some of
knew
us-
that.
Some of us share love, different ways. I've been seeing some people for free just to help them, and that's how I share love.
So Dan,
do it all.
as we go into
Can't do it
Shabbat,
all the time.
Dan gets
have been doing
peace. I just got the chills. All right, Freddie, I'm going to ask you.
I think that what has been for me is watching all the different acts that people are doing. You know, Italy, they were passing glasses of wine on mop heads, and they were pouring wines from people's houses, and they were singing songs. And they weren't leaving their house because, you know, Italy got devastated. But it's the act of getting together. You know, I get to watch Ken's multiple Facebook pages, his social pages. I get to watch the interaction. I get to even see the people that are writing in and what they're saying, all of it. And it surprises me, and it gives me the same feeling when Doc and Ann are on, that people are they're getting it. You know, it's taken a while, but they're getting it. And I think that the new challenge, the new norm, the new way of doing things, the biggest challenge is going to be, like I always tell you, it's easy to marry her. It is hard to keep her. So what I see is a new challenge for me to help people keep it, to hold on to it, to actually believe in it. You know, Ken, I love the presentation you do. I can't hardly wait to get back in studio and light it up the way you have and open it up, except because of distance, we're going to open up the bay door and we're going to have chairs from here to Israel's parking lot across the way and put some speakers, because there isn't enough noise that you can make for this deal. You got to make more. And when you think you're hitting that point, you got to do what Ann says. You got to go further. You got to make it hurt until it don't hurt no more, because you got to remember it. You got to remember it. So this to me is a new challenge, a new opportunity to express what these three guests right now have put forth. I think it's our responsibility to make it happen, keep it happen, and keep it going.
And because you can't make this stuff up, because I literally put my hand in here and pulled this out. You know what yours says? And this is really for everyone. I think it's such a great message for the end of Friday. Wow, I might even cry. Again, all I do is cry on this show. Love thyself.
And there you have it.
And there you have it, right? There are
Now we have to make
there's
a
no
whole-
other way. You talk about a wand drop, boom. There you have it.
Make a hole in it, and we make a chain out of it.
Thank you all so much for joining us. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Have a great weekend. Be kind to each other. Teddy, again, thank you for all that you have done for us remotely from your home to keep us on air these past 4 weeks while we have not been in studio. Teddy single-handedly runs all of our shows remotely, every which way, every which one. She puts the guests, the names, everything she's doing this virtually. So, Teddy, I love you so much. Can't wait to have you all back in studio, and everyone be kind to each other. Have a safe weekend. Tune in at 3 o'clock today for the Florida Love Show. You don't want to miss it, because Rachel is, oh my gosh, not even words to describe this young girl. Ann and Dan, Shabbat Shalom. Thank you. Everyone have a peaceful weekend. Freddie, have a wonderful weekend.
Love you.
Don't be late. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Love you all.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the